And those Thomas Hardy programmes mentioned there are being repeated in the new year. Now, weather update, and tonight fog will become extensive and dense in places with patchy frost by dawn. The roads could be hazardous. Tomorrow starting off foggy, but some hazy sunshine is likely by the afternoon. Top temperature 11 Celsius, that's 52 Fahrenheit, but a little colder where the fog persists. And now we join Lucy Arters up in the newsroom for the latest headlines.
First news just in. Gloucestershire police have confirmed they're attending a serious house fire in the Cashes Green area of Stroud. It's thought that a child may have died and others could be injured. The main national headlines: there's been another interruption at the inquest into the deaths of 3 IRA men. The SDLP leader Seamus Mallon claimed the proceedings didn't have the confidence of the community. 3 black people have been killed and at least 16 wounded by a white gunman in the South African capital, Pretoria. Other headlines in the West: 3 of Bath's most famous spas have been sold. They've been closed for 10 years, but now a health hydro group says they'll restore them to their 19th century glory. The police have launched a campaign to enforce the 40-mile-an-hour speed limit on the Severn Bridge. They say they're concerned about the safety of workers who are carrying out repairs. Those are the headlines. Now back to the studio.
Thanks, Lucy. More on that fire and all the latest news from BBC West in our 9:25 bulletin tonight. Otherwise, we're back as usual tomorrow. For now, from the BBC Points West team, good night.
Good night.
Hello to you. On this forecast I'm going to use 3 keywords: fog, frost and change. So let's deal with the first one, fog. Already there's quite a lot of it around, from Yorkshire down to the West Midlands, right down into the Thames Valley and then swinging northwards into the Wash. And during this evening that fog is going to become fairly widespread. We may even see 1 or 2 patches forming in Northern Ireland and in southern Scotland, and all the time that fog becoming thicker and denser. But down into the southwest here, over much of Ireland and eventually in Northern Ireland, Scotland too, there'll probably be too much in the way of cloud and a breeze as well to have any fog problems. The cloud in northern and western Scotland thick enough to give the odd spot of rain from time to time. Now the second word, frost. Anywhere over England and Wales away from the coast is likely to have a touch of frost tonight. We could see temperatures in 1 or 2 places down to around about freezing, that's 32 Fahrenheit, and that could give 1 or 2 icy patches, and there could be a touch of ground frost in some central and eastern parts of Scotland as well. There's a weather chart for tomorrow. A high pressure slowly slipping away eastwards and the change coming in from the west. We do have this cold front, which will be a fairly weak feature in southern parts of Britain, though it will give some heavy rain, particularly over Northern Ireland and Scotland during the course of tomorrow. The winds tomorrow picking up a little bit over England and Wales, and that's going to be useful because it may also help to lift the fog a little bit more readily than it did today. So tomorrow, quite a bit of fog around at first, still some dense patches, but around the coasts, mostly it'll be bright, there will be some sunshine, but out to the west here, the cloud fairly thick, giving some rain early in the morning, and all the time that cloud thickening up over Northern Ireland and western Scotland with some heavy bursts of rain coming along, and the cloud working its way slowly westwards, slowly eastwards, during the morning and early part of the afternoon. There may be 1 or 2 places where the mist and fog lingers on into the afternoon, and it'll be rather cold where it does do this, because today, where the fog lingered on, the temperature sat around about 4 or 5 Celsius. But generally the temperatures tomorrow will be around about 9 to 12, that's 48 to 54 Fahrenheit, 1 or 2 places down in the southwest as high as 13, that's 55. There's the weather chart for Thursday. The high pressure continued to slip away eastwards with an area of low pressure coming in from the southwest, so things turning much more unsettled. That's it from me.
Addicted to telly, that's the idea this Tuesday evening on BBC1. Turn on to the quiz and then at 7:30 get stuck in.
Well, lift your foot up, eh? Oh, God, this is horrible.
And a pasting for Basil at 8, but events go right over his head. Sport at 8:30 and loads of questions. Then after the news, manhunting south of the border.
I don't know how you do it, but you've got yourself another admirer.
At 10:20, Robert De Niro and Robert Duvall mixing the church with family and big business.
Hey, sweetheart, I hear you fixing up with an audience for the Pope. I made some arrangements, yeah.
True Confessions, Tuesday evening on BBC1. Honest.
A very good evening. Welcome once again to Telly Addicts.